Yeah, yeah. When we started in 2023, the only thing the product did when we launched was essentially like an inspiration image. So think about what you would find on Pinterest, an inspiration image with the type of landscaping that you want to imagine. So in the case with Rodrigo was like, can think xeriscaping, and xeriscaping doesn't, as Rodrigo says, doesn't need to be like rock or mulch or very dry. Like it could be, a cottage looking garden. It's just that it's using native plants and it's using a lot of different, the vegetation that is chosen for the garden is set up such that it doesn't need a lot of water, and that's the main point. So it was just looking at it, and then the product, but there was very little you could do with the image. So our first product was, you know it could be something like this, but if the customer said like, oh, that's kind of okay, but I would like less reds and more violets, and if they wanted to make edits to the image, it was like AI was not at a point where we could make those edits very precise. And to be fair, like AI has evolved tremendously, but still, AI has limitations. But the evolution of the product has been, how can we become the not the inspiration product, but actually going from having a conversation with the client and becoming the sketching tool, that becomes like, how do you define the project, and then showing something to the client, having them react, and then having
More
entering feedback.
collaborative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like how to
Okay.
build a common vision of that project, so that there are no misunderstandings later, like, oh, I thought this was different. No, you have the image. We talked about this, and that is what you agreed upon. That is what I'm kind of I can create a quote on very quickly, because now I understand exactly where everything goes, without going through the whole full design process, which of course has a place, but there are sometimes that you just want to sketch with the client, and that is what we focused on, is building the best sketching tool that exists. In what it means is, it is not a full on 100% control tool where that you do in Lumion or whatever, these professional systems to do landscape design, but it's like something that you can sketch real time with the client and get a concept. And that was the kind of the first evolution that was on design, and then we can talk. We're going to talk later about how this is moving into takeoffs and estimates, and helping the landscape contractor go very quickly and getting a job signed and accepted by a client.